This is our herb garden. This used to be my onion garden and flower garden, but there's only a few onions left, and I planted a couple of tomatoes, and that's dill in the distance. I'll get down and get a little closer. You can kind of see the other beds, and there's some big beefsteak tomatoes over there. Here we have jalapeno peppers, tomatoes, and melons. This weird looking one here is eggplant, and there's another eggplant there and over there. More tomatoes. These are Romas and cherry tomatoes. Some more melons in between. Those will grow out in between the rows. More tomatoes, more melons. We're really proud of this Japanese maple we have here in our little rock garden here, which needs to be weeded. Got cucumbers down here, and this is my strawberry patch, which has been kind of picked to death by the deer. You can see their tracks in here. Probably going to move these out back to the back garden, which I'll show you here in a little bit, and get them away from the deer. We've got dill here for making pickles, and there's some chives down there that are just coming out. And this is our rose garden here, as I go back into the backyard to show you the meat and potatoes of the garden, because that stuff out front really is just to feed the deer and extra plantings. Okay. The first spot here, these are red potatoes. Right here. There's the winter garden area that we're working on. I've got tarps killing grass because we're going to bring this bed back toward me about 100 yards. Coming up here is our summer squash area. You can see the big sunflowers over there as well. And I've got a huge bed of tomatoes here. They just go completely along here and all the way along to the fence line. In here you can see broccoli. In the very back by that big tree stump, we got pumpkins back there in the very back, all along the back. Broccoli, you probably can't see it, but there's leeks growing right here, and then over there we have some spinach and bok choy for stir fry. There's another look at the winter garden, which isn't quite ready yet. Here's the giant sunflowers, and I'll take you to the largest one, which is like ridiculously huge. It's at least 9 feet right now. But the small ones, as you can see down here, they're doing pretty good. They'll be blooming here pretty soon. And then there's more down this way. This is another big red potato patch. And this is my compost heap back here, which you can see there's tomato plants growing in there, and a bunch of cantaloupe and honeydew melons. Because of the seeds, there's worms that I've got in there that are eating all that stuff up, so it all breaks down, and the seeds have just kind of taken hold in the good soil. Over here we have some more pumpkins, and this is another area that we're reclaiming, and it will be covered with compost here as soon as I get another 6 yards. And you can kind of see where we've been hacking out the blackberries and adding to the garden. And then I'll take you to my other area over here. We've got the sugar snap bean arbor. We got sugar snaps here, which are awesome right off the plant. I like to eat them right out here. And there's green beans down here. Another area we're killing the grass on. We've got beets here, and Walla Walla sweet onions, yellow crookneck squash, also various kinds of peppers. We got green chilies, jalapenos, yellow pepperoncinis. Here's some broccoli and some more beets. Got 3 tomato plants here. These are beefsteaks. And then some carrots. And you can see Derek's out here working on the lawn. I think he's in the garage. Let me see. This is where I keep my seedlings. And I've got some bok choy plants in here that I'm growing. Let me spray some of these guys down. But I got a grow light here. You can see it when I back up. And then I've got my worm farm. You can see it there. It's a multi-layer system. See if I can turn sport a light on in here. And basically each tray has I use coconut fiber for bedding, and then you can see here we got our organic waste down in the bottom, and then the worms eat on that. See if I can find a couple. Can't really see them, but they're in there. There's thousands of them in there. But they work their way up and down through the levels to the bottom. Any kind of moisture or stuff comes out, goes into that little pan, and it's all organic, so you can take the tea and mix it with water and then fertilize your plants with it. It's pretty cool. But we can put about 7 pounds of organic waste in each tray, and then every week we go through one tray, pick out the worms, and then we put in more organic waste, and the coconut fiber turns into really good soil, and then of course we harvest it as fertilizer, and then we plant it in the garden. There's my fire pit and our porch out back.